Two Nike icons from two different eras. The legendary Air Max 97 and the sneaker which is everywhere right about now, which is the Air Max TL 2.5. One's been streetwear staple for decades, the other is a Y2K revival. So which one should you buy? Today we're going to be breaking it down. Design, comfort, culture, price, and which sneaker actually makes sense for your money in 2025. So let's have a look at the design of both sneakers. The Air Max 97, released in 97. Yes, it's in the name. Inspired by the Japanese bullet train, and at the time that was the fastest train at 320 kilometers per hour, which is super fast. In this country, we're only doing about 140 miles per hour, so that's for domestic, and for international, we get up to about 186 miles per hour. So 320 is about 200 miles per hour. Anyway, I'm digressing here. So the inspiration, yes, is the Japanese bullet train. Smooth, wavy lines that go around the sneaker, reflective 3M bits, and it has that futuristic look. Instantly recognizable silhouette, especially in the silver or triple black. The Air Max TL 2.5 is different. Originally dropped mid-2000s. This trainer is deemed tech heavy. I'm just saying it's quite busy up top. It's layered mesh, plastic cage overlays, and it's chunkier. It feels a bit more busy up top, aggressive some might say. It has that sporty comparison compared to the sleek 97. In my opinion, the 97 is much more smoother and timeless. The TL 2.5 looks like it's doing too much, giving off that Y2K chaos in there. It depends if you're more about subtlety or you want that brash energy. So what about the comfort on both trainers? Yeah, what do you think? Both of them have air units, but what do you think is better? So let's break that down. So the 97 has a full-length visible air unit. It looks incredible, but can feel a bit stiff on the foot. So when you first break them out, they do feel rather stiff, especially for a trainer with air that's going across the whole forefoot and the heel. It was surprising. Whereas the TL 2.5 has that larger, more cushioned heel air unit with the foam midsole. And that foam midsole makes a bit of a difference. I thought personally, because I've never worn them before, I thought the TL 2.5 was going to have a similar experience to the 97. But the cushioned midsole and the air unit make that much of a difference. It feels softer and bouncier and more forgiving for all day wear. If you want looks over comfort, then the 97 still holds strong. If you want to actually walk around without your feet complaining, the TL 2.5 is a much better experience. So in terms of the emotion, the cultural effect of these trainers, they're both very different in terms of how they've impacted culture. So the 97s came out in 97 and cemented itself in the UK culture. In the grime scene, in terms of everyday wear, road fashion, and especially something which I was very surprised and was a fun fact. Italians absolutely loved the 97s, especially the silver bullets. It actually I think they nicknamed it the Les Silver. So the Les Silver was very popular around the urban community. Well, they say the graffiti artists, those type of people, they love this trainer. For everyone in the UK, it's been that go-to streetwear trainer for, like, let's say over 25 years. Basically, it's a classic. The Air Max TL 2.5, so this is slightly different. It didn't have that huge cultural stamp when it's first dropped. Like I said in my previous video when I reviewed this, I didn't even know they existed until 2025. But the TikTok IG fashion pages revived it. You know, when you're looking for that new trainer to get hype about, the Gen Zs found this and now it's become the Gen Z's favorite. Feels like you're part of that trend wave if you're rocking it now. But personally, I don't think it's a hype sneaker on the basis that it does have some bits which I think could be classical. It's the OG legend versus the comeback kid. The 97 has history and it has a lot of history, to be exact 25 years. TL 2.5 has hype, has the IG, has the TikTok hype. Price-wise, so this is where it's slightly different. You know, they are positioned differently in terms of prices. The Air Max 97 would retail, let's say, around currently between 100, where you can get £100 new, to about 185. Resale wise, it's steady depending on colorway, but you'll usually be able to find this at retail or below. The Air Max TL 2.5 retails around the £150 mark. But essentially, if we're looking at resale for this, you're going to get them probably at retail, if not below. But again, depends on the color. The Carmine Garçon, yeah, that one is the sneaker, which I think that colorway, that is a classic colorway, and that will be slightly higher than retail. Neither is cheap, but the TL 2.5 sometimes feels like a better value. And the reason why I say that is because of the comfort and uniqueness. The 97 is more of a safe investment because it never really goes out of style. But I'll tell you something, but wait till the end of the video and I'll tell you something about these 97s. So style wise, what can you do with these trainers? I think both of these trainers go really well with jeans, joggers, jersey, baggies, fitted. It goes with a lot. I mean, the 97 in particular can work with a lot of that. Now the TL 2.5, even though I've said it can work with the garments that I've highlighted earlier, it does look better with baggy fits and tech wear because it gives you that year 2000 aesthetic. I think both have their lane. The 97 is more versatile, I believe, but the TL 2.5 is a fashion statement. It's something that at the moment is really trending now, and with the bright colorway, yeah, you could say it's a fashion statement. So something I thought is interesting. So even though I'm comparing these two trainers, the 97 on the Nike website is not actually selling. The 97 doesn't have standard colors on the shelf. What Nike is doing, they basically have the customizable version. So the sneaker by you type version. So essentially you can get a 97 for around 184, 85 pounds, but you'll customize it yourself. Now that might be a good thing or a bad thing, but sometimes I find that the customizations, the patterns are slightly off, and slightly off maybe because of the unique or the designs that they will offer. Which one should you buy? Should you go for the Air Max 97? If you want that all-time classic, versatile, recognized everywhere, never going out of a style, that not off the shelf, but going out of style? Or are we looking at the Air Max TL 2.5? If you want that extra comfort, if you want something a bit fresher, and you're into that Y2K, maybe you could say TikTok driven look. At the end of the day, both are solid pick. I like him personally. Some days it's 97, some days it's a TL 2.5. Let me know what you think in the comments, which style you like, whether you're team 97 or team TL 2.5. And if you found the breakdown useful, drop a like and subscribe because, we need that bit of help here. Got that 2,000 or just over 2,000 subscribers. So having you helping will be appreciated, especially if you like what I'm doing. Anyway, and like that, I'm gone.